everyone, welcome. I hope all of you are doing absolutely wonderful. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you like the video. Also, check out my other videos too on fragrance for the most part if you like this video. Today with March favorites. Yes, it is officially April and I'm a little bit late. I was supposed to do this video like at the end of March, but I can fully say now that it is April, these were some of my absolute most favorite items for the month of March, and some of them are beauty related. They're not all fragrance, maybe 4 or 5 are perfume, and then the other are some makeup items. I think like once a month, I'll just keep adding beauty items that I like, mainly makeup more so than anything because I love makeup, just to share with you all. So to get started, we're going to start with the perfume. To start with that, one of my favorites, and this is new, this is L'Orchidee Millesime, and that means vintage edition, and this is the 2021 vintage edition. And Giselle, she has a channel, GB Fragrances. She talked about this fragrance. I hadn't heard of it before she talked about it, and I am a huge orange blossom lover, so I was like, I have to check this out, because she was saying how pretty it is and how orange blossom is the main note. So I'm like, I gotta check this out. So really quickly, I will get into a compare and contrast with another fragrance that it is very similar to, but I'm gonna go over the notes really quick. This has bitter orange, it has ginger, orange blossom, neroli, some tuberose, some almond milk, patchouli, some musk, some vetiver, and this one is very similar to Neroli Blanc Intense. I do not have the bottle, but I talk about it in pretty much, it seems like every other video. It has that same warmth. It has the same depth. I think the Neroli Blanc Intense might be the slightest bit more mature, so to speak. I actually like that one a little bit better than this one, even though they are very similar. I feel like when there is a combination of orange blossom, neroli oil, when there's vanilla also, some of these scents tend to smell very similar. And I talked about this when I talked about Love Don't Be Shy being very similar to Neroli Blanc Intense, because that one has the orange blossom, it has the vanilla, and it's very similar. So L'Orchidee, this is so pretty, but to me it is very similar to Neroli Blanc Intense. So if you do have that one, rest assured you're probably very knowledgeable about what this one smells like, with like a little variation here or there. But generally it's a very similar scent, but it's still beautiful in its own right. And I actually have not smelled the original of this. If I did, it was years ago. And excuse me, this is by Givenchy. I may have smelled that a really long time ago, but I can't recall. But this one is brand new to me. I love it. So yeah, this is a favorite for March, and I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this in the coming spring and summer months, because orange blossom is one of my absolute favorites, definitely when the weather is warmer. So next up for favorites, this one I'm so excited about. I think this one is so pretty. This is Replica. This is Springtime in a Park. And first of all, I am loving the fact that the juice in here is pink. I think it just absolutely adds to like the whole springtime theme. It adds to the femininity of it. It is so pretty. I absolutely love it. It is soft. And when I spray this, the initial blast I get is almost like a kind of baby powder almost, but then it goes over into smelling somewhat to me like, what was the scent? Marc Jacobs Perfect. That was what this was similar to me. Like, it smelled just a bit like that. It had the warmth and like the softness and like the little bit of sweetness. So to go over the notes in this one, Replica Springtime in the Park, we have, there is pear accord, there's bergamot essence, there's black currant accord, lily of the valley accord, jasmine grandiflorum absolute, and I'm not quite sure what grandiflorum is, but it sounds very fancy. Rose Damascus Absolute. There are musks in here, Vanilla Accord, and Ambrox. And I did a previous video on fragrances with musk because I clearly am seeing that I love fragrances with musk. And when I purchased this, I didn't know that musk was one of the notes in here. But I feel like that is what is giving this one some of its softness. I don't believe Marc Jacobs Perfect has musk in it, but it's just very, very similar to me. So this is another musk fragrance that I'm going to add to the pile of ones that I absolutely love, because I got a sample of this and fell for this one, as I do a lot of my perfumes, pretty much immediately. I haven't tried any of the other replicas outside of this. So Replica Springtime in a Park, so pretty. Again, like this pink juice just totally matches the whole vibe of it. So this was wonderful for March. I got it toward the end of March, so I'm going to be getting a lot of use out of this for the spring. It is so pretty. So if you like soft feminine scents that are slightly sweet, you're going to love this one. And this is another one that is gorgeous for bedtime. Absolutely beautiful for bedtime. What's going on? What you see? What's happening? Okay, so anyway, let us move on to another perfume. And excuse me, this is Florabotanica, and I don't talk about this one a lot for whatever reason. I have had this bottle for some years now, and it is so potent and so strong, and I should have included this one in my springtime perfume video, because this is just almost one of the epitome of springtime fragrances. To go through the notes really quickly, we have carnation, we have mint, white rose, there's amber, cannabis, vetiver. I slightly smell the cannabis. The mint is pretty prominent. The carnation is extraordinarily dominant. There are some that don't like this fragrance because of the mint, because of the cannabis. I just think this is so beautiful. It actually has me tongue-tied. This is gorgeous, and though I've had this for quite a while, truly you only need one blast of this and it's gonna last all day and probably into like the next day. It is gorgeous, crazy projection. As I say, incredible longevity. But Florabotanica I got back into last month, and I'm gonna keep using this. There's a nice dent in it, as it should be, because I've had it for quite a while. And I actually don't think they make this anymore, which I feel is like kind of a disappointment because it's so beautiful. But for those of you that do have Florabotanica, I think you can agree with how absolutely beautiful it is. So check this out if you're still able to. It is so gorgeous, and just one of those epitome of like springtime perfumes. Beautiful. Love this one. Next up, fragrance wise, I have an oil, and this is MFK's. This is La Rose. I do not have the perfume of this. This is just the oil, but this one I feel like completely satisfies me without having the perfume. It is such a beautiful rose based scent, and this is an oil that I'll put on, you know, like after a shower or what have you, before I put on a main scent. But I will mix this maybe with like a Chloe Rose or like a very light floral scent. I won't, you know, divert too much away from what the basic notes in here are. And to go over those, in this one you have Sweet Pea Accord, which I smell pretty strongly. There is Damascus Rose in here, Damascus Rose oil. There's a Violet Flower Accord, Centifolia Rose Absolute. There's again some musks in here, so I should have included this one in the musk video. This is gorgeous. It's not too heavy, and that's possibly because it is an oil versus a perfume, but this is so beautiful. And this is another one that I feel is like an epitome of a springtime perfume. Oil. I keep calling it a perfume. It's an oil, but you're gonna get similar performance out of it, but it's nice to layer with. It's absolutely beautiful. So yeah, this is La Rose by MFK. Love that one last month, the months before. It's just really pretty. So we're gonna move on over here into some makeup, because I do like my makeup. This palette here, this Natasha Denona Safari palette, I have wanted this for so long, and it's old to a lot of people, but it is new to me. And I'm going to compare it to another palette in a second. These are the colors. As you see my camera, these are the colors here. Love every single color in here. But I also got this Transition palette by Dominique. This is Dominique Cosmetics Transition palette, and I don't know if you can see without seeing everything in my background, the colors in both of these are somewhat similar, and I didn't really look at that until after the fact. I adore both of these. I love like the pinks and the blush color and that green. They're very springtime, but at the same time I think they're complementary to most tones, definitely to warmer tones. And with this Dominique palette, this one, I feel like the pans are huge and the colors are gorgeous, and you can kind of use them for cheeks and your eyes. I've only been using them for my eyes, but the young lady that put this together actually is a YouTuber, and her name is Christian Dominique, and I had not heard of her before checking this out on Beautylish, but I absolutely love this palette. And I am not the most, how do you say, skilled when it comes to like doing eyeshadow and all of that, but I think these two are absolutely beautiful, and they're just really easy in terms of putting the colors together. So I have been absolutely adoring these two last month, and will be adoring these for quite a while. And then I gotta pull some Chantecaille in here. This is the Butterfly palette, and this is the Hummingbird palette. I had to pull these out because it's springtime and these are so pretty. So we're gonna open the Butterfly one first. And this one, initially I felt like it was a little bit light. There's like a green, like a light brown, a kind of pink, but I kind of layer these sometimes with other colors. But I like this, it's like a greenish yellow almost right here. I love this one. And then there's this beautiful springtime Hummingbird palette, and this is old to Chantecaille. It's new to me because I recently got it, but this one, the colors are absolutely stunning in here. So, you know, recently I think I've just really learned to start getting into eyeshadow. I love eyeshadow, but I didn't always know what I was doing. I feel like I know a little bit more now. So these two have been favorites for March. And then, oh, I gotta put my Colourpop in here because I always gotta give props to Colourpop. This is Grandeur. This is one of their recent palettes. Love this one. These are the colors in here. I feel like a lot of Colourpop stuff, they're so similar. I think a lot of us who frequent Colourpop can attest to a lot of their palettes being somewhat similar. But this one is so, it's just good. Like the colors are rich. The pigment is amazing. They did a wonderful job with this. They've been doing a wonderful job, period. Definitely lately. But this one I absolutely love, and loved the packaging, the whole springtime vibe of this too. So this is the Grandeur palette from Colourpop that was a favorite and is still a favorite right now for March. Was a favorite for March. And I had to pull out, like, I'm not a big highlighter person at all, but Chanel had this lion highlighter that is so pretty. It came with this really pretty like little brush that I don't use that much. I don't know if you can see it, like a little bit right here. I hope I didn't make myself too shiny, but anyway, this is a pretty lion embossed highlighter, and I think this is so pretty, and you only need to take like the slightest little sweep over it. So this one is going to last forever. That's another favorite from March. And last but not least is another fragrance right here. This is Neroli and Orchidee by Loccitane. So beautiful, and it was one of those days where I didn't know what to put on. It was sitting right there. I picked it up and I was like, oh my God, I remember why I purchased this fragrance and why I love it so much. So, oh my gosh, it's just like this nice Neroli and Orchidee, but I smell the Neroli more than anything else. If you haven't checked this out, check this out. This is beautiful for springtime. and it is also very feminine with this cute little bow. But yeah, I've been getting back into my lighter like citrus fragrances lately. But yeah, this is a gem right here, Neroli and Orchid by Loccitane. So those are some of my March favorites. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all have some of these, or better yet, let me know what some of your favorites are right now, what you were rocking for March in terms of fragrance or even makeup. Because I know when we get new stuff, we tend to like, you know, focus on that for a while and move on to the next. But I'm really enjoying these right now. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye.